So my name's Ayesa. You can call me Ayesa, Aisa. It's, you know, two ways. It's okay. This is my first video. Kind of nervous because I've never really done this and I haven't really like tried to do it myself. But I'm being pushed by many people to do it, like my sister-in-law and a lot of people that like the videos I do of food. So for example, today, guys, I don't use like measuring things, you know, so I just pour. But you know, I'm just gonna give you a little glimpse of like foods that I'm gonna make today. For example, some empanadas of ground beef, you know, and also chicken. So, you know, it's just gonna be a little bit, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so like I did say and mention, I don't use measuring and I don't always use the same spices. I always, you know, whatever I have, like I literally just open the gabinete, whatever, and I just pour, you know. Trust me, my food never comes out salty. So when you're like, oh, she just pours and pours, no, it doesn't come out salty. So we're gonna do the guisados first, and then afterwards I'll show you how we're gonna do the masa for the empanadas. I already have the chile boiling. This is the chiles that I use over here. And then we have it boiling. Why do I have chiles? It's because I like for the empanadas, the masa, to have a little bit of color. I don't like them to look like just, you know, white and pale. I did mention we're doing ground beef and some chicken ones. So I do have some chicken boiled. The chicken, whole chicken, because it doesn't come out dry. Chicken breast comes out dry and I don't really like it dry. So that's the way I use it. And then I'll show you the seasonings that I'll pour into that. I have the pan over here ready for this one because I'll be using for the ground beef. So this is the one that I just do. We usually just cut it in half, and we have them ready. And yeah, this is just explaining of the things that we're gonna, and then I'll show you guys the seasoning that I'll pour into. Oh my, I'm drowning in your crystallize. Oh, I feel you got me. Then you spin the spiral again. And then I know that the chicken already like suelta el sabor de pollo, loosens up the chicken flavor, but you know, I love to do this no matter what I'm gonna do. If I'm boiling chicken, I always pour the sazon. It just gives it that extra flavor and comes out really good, trust me. Guys, I didn't show you guys, but I did add a little bit of black pepper to it. It's just to give it a little bit of the color and little spice, but nothing big. I also do add the comino to the chicken, and not so much. A lot of people don't like it. But like I said, it just gives extra flavor to the food. So you can try it, you don't have to try it, and it's just very little, like not so much of it. Of course, instead of adding like salt, so much salt to it, because the sazon of pollo already has salt, so you don't want to add too much of it, just the garlic salt, so it could be like a little bit of both. And it's just very little bit, like you don't have to like really. And this is what I mean, like I don't use measuring things. Like I just pour and I know it comes out. Okay, for the ground beef, for sure, doesn't matter if you like it or not. I mean, I always add the comino. Like that's just something that has to go into it. So on my ground beef, you know, it's just comino. And yes, I let it, I squeeze right so it can come out a little bit more. I what's it called, leave the oil, because after a while, like the oil como que le da se absorbe, and then of course I don't leave it there. Once it's already cooked, well cooked, then that's when I get the oil out. But for now, like I leave the oil. I do use the Old Bay. I started using it lately. Like I said, I don't always use the same spices. I could tomorrow change to chupacabras. I have so many chupacabras and all types of seasonings in there. But today I decided to use the Old Bay. So just a little bit of Old Bay. And then, of course, the garlic salt. You can never go wrong with the garlic salt. I don't know if you noticed, I hardly use salt. And if it is, it's with this sazon. And of course the onion powder. You can never go wrong with the onion powder. Yeah. You know, my kids don't like onion, so they'll be like, ah, it has onion. So it's hard to put onion in my food. And that's why it's easier with the onion powder, and it just gives it that, you know, flavor.
Yes, I wouldn't mind it all.
And then of course you could always add whatever you want to your empanadas. I personally, like, I was at HEB and I was buying all this stuff, and I said I was literally just gonna do ground beef, but then I thought, I was like, let me do some like chicken and cheese, see how it comes out. And guys, honestly, I'm the type of person that I see whatever I have in the fridge and I just like, what can I do with it? And I'll just make an invention. That's just me. Like, they're gonna tell me where'd you get that recipe, and I'm gonna be like, I don't know. It just came from the top of my head, to be honest. Okay guys, so I know everybody does it, so, but I'm not gonna do it in front of you guys because I don't want you to be like, oh, that's gross, whatever. But I did try the meat, okay, and then I did notice that like it does need like a little bit more of a taste, a little bit more of a kick. I know you've seen that I've already poured this in, but you know, personally, like, I've tried it several times already, and I do add a little bit of the chili powder. It gives it color to the meat, and then it gives it a taste. So I'm gonna be adding a little bit of this one and then a little bit of seasonal, just so that it could get a little bit of color and taste, because sorry, that's the chile boiling. Just because it does need a little bit of like seasoning, a little bit of more flavor. And that's pretty much about it. And then I'm of course just gonna mix it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go start right now preparing the sauce that we're gonna put into the mix of the masa for the empanadas. So let me just give this a whole. And I know you guys saw that it had a lot of oil in the beginning, but it's already gone down. I'm telling you, it's just a matter of like letting it cook well. So it does, and then like I'll just let the oil dry off, like it's been already drying off on its own, like going away. And then I'll let it cook from there. But that's almost ready to go. For the paste, to give it a color to the masa, I'm not gonna add a lot of this. It's just to give it color. It's honestly, especially because the tomato sauce is super watery and you don't want it, your masa to get all watery and weird. So just very little, like literally maybe like half of it. I mean, it's pretty much up to you. I do have the chiles boiling, and then you're gonna see me do this a lot because I don't use anything to measure. Just to give it the color, the flavor. And of course the chicken one, because you can never go wrong with the chicken. But instead of adding water to my masa, what I'm gonna do and show you is that I'm gonna use the caldo de pollo instead of just the masa. It has the mantequita already, so you won't have to use lard on the masa. And then it has, of course, the extra taste to the pollo. So you add the chiles, of course, to your what's going to be your sauce. Just make sure you don't put anything on the top. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm not gonna put a lot of these of the chile de árbol because chile de árbol is spicy. I just wanted to give it a little taste, not so much of it. And then of course the other chiles, pues it's just more like sabor, no es nothing like. Another reason why I kind of like avoided to doing TikToks or to doing like YouTube videos on food, or even making just a video of the recipes of the food, is because I have a very bad OCD. So believe me, like I'm holding back on what I'm supposed to be like cleaning. Usually like I'll clean the estufa entre medio in between like constantly. So it's like hard.
Oh my, I'm drowning in your crystal.
So for the maseca that I'm gonna use is this one. It's the second time I make empanadas, guys. The first time it was with a different brand, and they came out pretty good. But me llamó la atención the logo. I don't know if you guys ever get that. Like, oh, I'm gonna try it because of the, you know, whole advertisement thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this one, and I'm putting it in here because you know all the powder's gonna. Like I mentioned, my OCD is bad, so I don't want to be cleaning in between the video. On the package, it usually says like, you know, add hot water, blah blah blah. Honestly, I don't go by instructions in any meal. Like, that's why I can't cook from boxes, from anything like that, because I don't follow instructions. I just pour and whatever, and if it came out good, then I'll continue to do it. But this is pretty much like how much I'm gonna pour into it. And then my thing is gonna be super hot, so I'm gonna let it sit there so it can cool off for a little bit while I wash my hands so that I can do the mixture.
Yeah, I love you so down to nothing. It's been weeks now without talking. It is time you give me something, 'cause I've given.
So I'm gonna let it cool down, so that way I can start shredding it, and then I'm gonna start preparing some rice so that we could eat on the side. Guys, on my rice, I get a lot of comments like, oh, your rice comes out so pretty, it comes out so like esponjadito. I don't want to jinx it, right, like today. But you, like, a lot of people do. Like, they'll comment like on my other videos that I like put, or pictures of my food, and they'll be like, your rice comes out so pretty, so esponjadito, like really good texture on the color. Like, how do you do it? If you want a tutorial on the rice, let me know on the comments, and then I'll show you step by step exactly how I do it. And because the rice is kind of tricky, everyone does it different, but if you do want to like know how to do it, or you know, a tutorial, let me know. Okay, guys. And then on the chicken, I was gonna do just plain chicken and simple, just because it's already like really like late, but I figured like a little bit more taste, a little bit more color. So the chicken lo voy a guisar, and with a little bit of caldo de tomate, tomato sauce, just very little. And then on the chicken, a little bit of spices. Where's my, you see, like I don't have like a specific. This time for this, the guisado, I'm gonna use the Tony's. And a little bit for the color, the chili powder. And then like we have a little color.
It is time you give me something, 'cause I've given.
Oh my.
My maseca came out with a lot of color. It came out with a lot of good taste. I had my sister-in-law taste the food, the maseca, and like she really liked it too. So I know it's not gonna be like, you know, as long as one of the things has color is good. It's like, I don't know if you guys noticed about the tamales, like your tamales, and like if the masa has a good color, you know, sometimes your chicken doesn't notice like that it doesn't have color en el pollo. I see it like that. And then of course, as long as it has a good taste, it's not así like pale or whatever, like sin sabor, and that's okay. Like literally, I think that this is good enough. Okay, on the masa, guys, I was taught that your masa shouldn't be like sticky. It's like, so if you like, you know, put your fingers in there or whatever, you shouldn't be like, have all the masa in your hands. So I'm already gonna do like a little ball. And then you don't want to do them too big either. You know, just kind of like, oh, it's hard to even like really think. You know, I'm gonna try it like this first, and if I see it's too big, then we're just gonna go ahead and go a little bit smaller. But this is the size I'm going with, and then I'm gonna put it in the middle here. I'm gonna go ahead and close this. I'm gonna close it, and just press on it, and it should give you your perfect tortilla, but we're not gonna be making tortillas. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and fill it. So I'm gonna do first the I guess the chicken. Okay, and then I did add a little bit of chicken here. My cream cheese is a little soft because I did leave it outside for a bit, and so I'm gonna add 1 slice of cream cheese, not so much of it either. And well, you know, me and my cuñada and my suegra, we like jalapenos in our food a lot, so I'm adding that to it. I'm just gonna close it up. Okay, and that's like, it's a big empanada. They're not small. And I already have the aceite on, and I need to check on it because I think I left it too high. Okay, and then on this one, we're gonna go ahead and do the I didn't like the presser, guys. I think that it's just, it makes it too thin and it's harder, so I'm just gonna like do it on my hand. With the ground beef, my hands are washed. And this is why I don't do videos, or I wouldn't do videos, because, you know, like, it's just home cooked meals at home that I make for my kids, and it's just, or my family. But everyone has their way of cooking. I'm not a professional. You know, it's just so that way you can get some ideas of how you can cook at home too. And then I have them cooking there. And that's for that. I guess I'll show you guys a picture of how everything will come out. I don't know if you can like see my rice, but my rice came out very pretty too on this side. Okay, so that's my plate, or this is my plate. Guys, my empanadas came out like a little bit crispy. Like I said, it's the second time that I make it, but honestly, like, I can't wait to taste it. So I poured lettuce, some salsa, and you can hear the crunch. And this is the chicken and cheese, cream cheese one. Let's see. Maybe I should record everyone's face expression when they bite into the so-called empanadas. It is really good. They have that crunch. Anyways, guys, I hope you liked it. I hope you continue to ask for more recipes, or, you know, any tips. If I can do it, I'll try and do it for you, and then we'll like find out the final product on it to see how it comes out. So I'm not afraid to get in the kitchen. If you have any ideas, any opinions, let me know, and we'll get in the kitchen and we'll start doing whatever you think we can do. Thank you guys, and I hope you follow me and give it a like. Bye.